mesi di assenza per ragioni di salute, sia pur sporadicamente, il nostro direttore Concetto La Malfa ritorna nei nostri studi per presentare qualche argomento del notiziario.
Nelle prime ore di lunedì scorso si è abbattuto su 10 cittadini della Turchia e del nord-ovest della Siria un immane terremoto di forza 7,8 della scala Mercalli. Si contano ancora le vittime che finora sono state stimate a più di 5.000, numero che però è destinato a crescere. Difficile la situazione nelle zone disastrate, dove interi palazzi sono crollati, che richiedono straordinari aiuti umanitari da ogni parte e che molti paesi si apprestano a fornire.
Serve una serie di incontri e vertici politici sull'argomento della guerra in Ucraina. Venerdì scorso incontro a Berlino Meloni-Scholz. La visita della premier italiana in Germania precede una prossima visita a Kiev per incontrare Zelensky. Nel suo discorso in conferenza stampa con Scholz, la Meloni ha ringraziato il cancelliere tedesco per averla ricevuta dopo aver ribadito la posizione dell'Italia sugli aiuti all'Ucraina, in sintonia con un'auspicabile maggiore unità europea. In tema della guerra abbiamo raccolto le opinioni su come e quando il conflitto potrà concludersi da due ucraini che vivono in Irlanda e precisamente Viktoria Danilevka, ex maggiore dell'esercito ucraino, e Oleksiy Ruklenko, accademico ricercatore della scuola di medicina di University College Dublin.
On the 21st of September, Vladimir Putin announced a partial Syria mobilization, and as we see, the United States is deeply disinterested in funding efforts to peacefully resolve this conflict. Today, we see the opposite. A lot of money is funded to support military actions. United States is a key player that directs, coordinates, and develops the strategy of the Western community to support Ukraine. But it would be wrong to put the equal sign between interests of Ukraine and interests of United States. Absolute victory for Ukraine and for Kremlin is unrealistic. In this case, the war can end in one of the following two formats, or I would say combination of them. The first one is truce agreement, and the truce assumes that the parties stop hostilities and introduce mechanisms that allow not to resume. So, the second scenario is political settlement, I would say peace treaty. And a peace treaty involves both an unconditional ceasefire and the resolution of at least some of disputes that caused or arose during the war. Ukraine would like the West to back up its commitments to its security, because we don't believe and trust to Russians' agreements and any announcements.
This war has quite clear goal from Russian Federation to wipe out any Ukrainian identity, and this is why for Ukraine it doesn't accept any compromises. For Russia, though, it is matter of Putin's survival himself, that he thinks he also cannot lose this war, because for him this will be personal survival and survival of his system. It's not about survival of Russia, it will live anyway, but the Putin's regime is completely dependent on at least partial success in this war. And since Putin's regime is now controlling Russia, Russia still takes part in it. And to be honest, I'm quite surprised by how well they tolerate their losses and how ready they are to suffer from economic sanctions, from losses in this war, from basically everything, and still continue wanting in this war. I don't understand their motivation quite well, but I must admit that I'm surprised by how stubborn they are in trying to achieve their goals. So unfortunately, I don't see any quick ending. I'm not a military person, don't know much about weapons, but I quite believe in what our government and our president says, and their message is that if the weapons in the amounts they are going to be given now would be given a year ago, the war would have ended much more earlier. So unfortunately, it takes also for the Western countries some time to understand how serious all the things are, and that such a massive help is necessary just to prevent this war from spreading and to prevent even more suffering of not only Ukrainian people, but actually the whole world situation from going much worse than it is now. So my understanding is that that it is necessary now, it was necessary all this time, and it is good. It is better late than never. So now the moment is late. It could have been done much earlier, but it's still much better than never.
Questo è tutto per oggi, arrivederci al prossimo notiziario.